Mayor.
What's going on, pal? How are you, Assemblyman? You too. Here we go. It's the courtroom. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and I'm joined today by our local assemblyman, Craig Coughlin, who covers the districts of Woodbridge, Perth Amboy, Carteret, South Amboy, and Sayreville in the 19th district. He's also the Speaker of the General Assembly in his 5th term. That's a statewide record. Over the last 250 years, no one served more than 3 terms, and Craig is on his 5th term. So it gives me great pleasure to represent my very good friend, Craig Coughlin, and we're here today to talk about a grant that Craig managed to get into the 2027 state budget for $3 million to renovate the building we're in, which is the old New Jersey Credit Union building across the street from Town Hall, which was put on the market several months ago. We had interest in it just because it was here, and we figured, let's see what we can do with it. And one thing led to another, and we realized that this would make a great courtroom. Our court gets crowded, our parking gets crowded. There's a whole lot of reasons why we wanted to use this building. Craig provided the funding, so I want to ask Craig to say a few words now, but first I want to thank him for his continued investment in Woodbridge Township, because every state budget for the last several years we've gotten things for Woodbridge Township residents, and we really appreciate those. So Craig, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mayor, and I'm glad the microphone was height appropriate. Mayor, first let me thank you for that warm introduction and for recognizing what an investment it is that we make in the budget each and every year. And I do want to commend my colleagues, both Senator Vitale and Assemblywoman Lopez, who's actually the sponsor of the budget resolution, to make sure that we got the facilities in place. Each year, the budget process is one that is sometimes criticized for investments in things like this. People talk about them as if they're not meaningful or important. And the truth of the matter is, you know as well as I do, having been a former treasurer, what it means to be able to recognize things that are important to the community. This project in particular is one where I think we're doing something really good. Woodbridge is one of the largest communities in the state. It is a continuously growing community. It's getting bigger and better each and every year under the mayor's leadership, the council's leadership, and it has one of the busiest courts in the state. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, it is the 2nd busiest court, I think, outside of Newark. And what that means is that many residents come through here each and every year. Now, I happen to know this because I was once the municipal prosecutor here in Woodbridge. You got tickets yourself. No, I haven't. I have not gotten any tickets in Woodbridge in years. But the truth of the matter, I was. And I understand, I've also had the privilege of being a municipal court judge. And so recognizing how important it is to have the necessary security in the courtroom is good for everyone. So it protects obviously the judge, but more importantly, the people who come here to contest matters or to have their matters heard in here. So this is a true investment in the community. Because of that, Woodbridge Town Hall will be able to better meet the needs of the growing population that you have. You'll be able to take the space, which is as first floor space, and make so where residents routinely will come in, and they'll be able to receive the services they need. So those are the kind of things that we look at when we're making those decisions about where we're going to invest. Woodbridge is always a good investment, not because the mayor is one of my dear friends or because I happen to live here, but because it is a community that really understands what it takes to make things better for the people that it serves. And I think this is a great example of that, a building that was probably underutilized and a little bit run down and in need of a facelift, adds to the beauty of the community and to the thing, and provides better services for the people. That, to me, is a really wise investment. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to see the tour.
Okay, well, one of the reasons why we should say that we are the 2nd busiest court in the state is because we're the only place in the state where the Parkway and the Turnpike meet. And whenever a state trooper issues a ticket on either one of those roads in the borders of Woodbridge, they all come here, and we get the revenue, and it always happens here. So other state highways, 1, 9, 35, 27, 440, 287, name them all, 8 different state highways cross here.
Right.
So there's an awful lot of activity from state police that really helps our coffers because we get the revenue, or share the revenue from those tickets. So let me call up Chip Vaughn, our architect, and Patrick McSherry. He is our special projects coordinator here in Woodbridge Township. And Chip, maybe you could start. We've talked about this since we had our eye on the building, but I think one of the key things about this building is why it's different than any other you would be designing is because it has to have the security, because it's a court, because there's judges, because there's prosecutors, because there's public defenders. Let's talk about the aspects of what you have to do above and beyond the regular office building because this is going to be a court.
Well, we all know the sensitivity of the courts right now, particularly Speaker Coughlin mentioned it in his address, in that number one is the security of the courts. The one thing about this building, I do have to say, the mayor does have an eye for assets, and he grabs them when they really have a purpose for the township. And this is a perfect building for the municipal courts, being directly across the street. It also alleviates, as the mayor referenced, a lot of pressure on the existing municipal building from all the functions going on there. So this is an opportunity to revisit the courts, how they're functioning now, clean them up, make our services better for the public to come in and easy in and out, and also to protect and secure the courts and the prosecutors that will be working in this office. Enough said, John?
You're good, you're good. Now, Patrick, you're our project manager. You do all kinds of great things here. This also helps town hall security because there's a lot of people going all over town hall. And what we hope to do is take some of those public third floor functions and move them to the first floor so that when the public comes in, we can kind of keep them on the first floor and minimize the interaction throughout the building. So tell me a little bit about that and throw in, if you can, when you look at this building, you look at it differently. You and Chip look at it differently than Craig and I. You see things that we don't see, but this is going to be a building that's a challenge, but I can see a whole lot of work that the town can do because we have some incredibly talented plumbers, electricians, carpenters. So talk a little bit about that too. I know you gave you two topics, but talk a little bit about those if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as security at Town Hall, yeah, moving the courts over here will just give us an opportunity to really secure, keeping public from going up to the third floor to the building department. It will just keep everything organized here at the new facility. And as far as the construction renovation work, we're fortunate enough to have this building. It has good bones. There is an extensive amount of rework just to get everything to fit. But the structure itself is in good shape. And as far as the existing court facilities going from one floor to now 2 floors, we had to go through multiple revisions of the plan, but we got it to a point where it'll work and not only meet the existing court operations, but also give it a little bit more room for growth.
Great. And this was an asset, as Chip said. I think, as the mayor, I would be furious if it got to something else and we look back and say in 3 years, we should have got it. So we're getting it, because I didn't want to be in that position and say, we could have used it for this, we could have done this in town hall if we had the building, and now we have it. We own it now, and we purchased it ourselves, and now Craig's $3 million grant from the state budget is going to help us do the renovations of it, and there's going to be serious reservations. You know that, you always think it's going to be $2 million and it's 2.5, or 3 and it's 3.5. This is going to take a lot of investment, because even though it's got good bones and a good structure, there's an awful lot of, moving around of offices, and there's an elevator issue we have to get up to code, and there's, electric plumbing, the typical work. So this is going to be quite an investment, but fortunately we have this money from the state to do that. So once again, thank you, Craig.
You're welcome, Mayor.
Anything else, guys? We good?
We're good, but the mayor brings up another good point, is that this new facility will meet all the codes and standards, not only through the court guidelines, but through the building codes. And obviously accessibility is a big issue, and this is all going to be improved and brought up to the level where it'll be compliant with all of those issues regarding the building codes.
And the other issue is we get the parking lot in front, and there's also a 25-car parking lot. Is that Moore Avenue? What's the name of the street there, right across? Moore. There's 25 parking spots there that used to be used by credit union staff, and they let their customers come in here, so that's probably what we'll do. Let our court employees park across the street and let this front be for customers. So there's a whole lot of reasons. Right now, some employees of Town Hall park far down Eleanor Street in the municipal lot. So this is going to work out for everybody, even though it's a court building. It's going to benefit everybody in town, especially the people who work here. So it's wonderful, and I can't thank Craig enough for his investment. Once again, as I said, every year we do pretty well with the state budget thanks to his advocacy. And this is a phenomenal project that the taxpayers of Woodbridge Township, the residents of Woodbridge Township, are going to see the benefit of for a long, long time. So thank you again to Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin for the state grant. This is the courtroom right here. So that wall will be gone and you'll be
Right now, the judge's chamber's in the back corner.
well over there.
Yeah.
That's the judge.
And then you have over here going to be your cash counters, for lack of a better term, where you pay your citations.
And there's rules about files. All the files are in the middle. These are all cubes upstairs all around.
Everybody gets a window.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We want happy people.
Daylighting's important.
This is an addition that we're going to probably put off to the side.
Oh, this is?
Yeah, that little cutout is an addition.
That gray area is where that overhang is for out back for the old drive-through.
We're going to have no drive-through, pay your ticket.
No,
All right.
but that's where the drive-through is now. the
Right,
existing.
okay.
This will be the addition right there,
That's where we got you to
right at the back.
3 as opposed to 5.
Right.
Or 2.5.